volume warning in 3, 2, 1. Oh boy, am I ever excited to be doing this. For those that are here, welcome to Dish and Dangle.
I am Dish.
I am Dangle. We have been playing NHL franchise modes ever since they've been introduced into the games. We've been doing this for years, and it's been a long time coming that we've wanted to get our own YouTube channel started. So here we are, NHL 21, our very first franchise mode.
Man, I am so excited to do this. So we are from Halifax, so we have chosen the Halifax Highlanders as the 32nd NHL team. It's only appropriate because there's, not enough Canadian teams in a pretty Canadian dominant world out there for this NHL. So we thought Halifax has a pretty good audience and a pretty good crowd.
Not to mention, I'm pretty sure, if my history serves myself correctly, but there used to be a professional hockey team in Halifax years and years and years ago.
It was the AHL.
It was the AHL, and they were the Halifax Highlanders. So paying a little bit of homage to the history in Halifax, and hopefully bringing a Stanley Cup, or maybe multiple, to Halifax. So the ultimate goal for us is to complete the 3-peats. That's right, back-to-back-to-back Stanley Cups. So to keep it as Nova Scotian and as Halifax, as maritime as possible, we are going to use the branding that best matches with the identity that we're trying to build. So we're just going to quickly show you guys how we set up our jerseys. We use the traditional navy, white, and gold, the three main colors of Nova Scotia, and logos that we thought best exemplified the name of the organization. So obviously you have that the Explorer logo there. Pretty much
we're outdoorsy. We camp. We like it. One thing that I love doing is the goalie gear. I think it's unfair that EA just doesn't let the apply all colors work. I mean, if you guys ever do goalie gear, you'll know that it takes forever. Like, as you can see, there's like a billion different slots for all of this, so it's time consuming, but I promise you it looks worth it. Look at that, it's beautiful. So it's definitely worth it. Take your time with your goalie gear.
The funny thing is that there's like 99% chance that we are not ever going to see those in game, but we'll wait and see. But that was an hour and a half of my life that I will never get back. While we fast forward through the branding process, we figured we'd take a couple seconds to talk about ourselves. Maybe not too personal, but just how we feel about hockey. Myself, I am a ginormous Canucks fan, big Nucks guy here.
I'm a big Leafs fan, but here's the thing, I like hockey, so I pretty much just like players and stuff, but I only say that because the Leafs will never win a cup.
And I can also join him on the no cup bandwagon here because, the Canucks somehow threw themselves back into rebuild mode in the offseason.
They literally were on the the upcoming. They had so much. What happened?
Makes me wonder how long Jim Benning is going to be around. There's a lot of holes in the team somehow that need to be addressed. We still have a lot of the young guys, which is good, but it's not looking so great for the upcoming season. Gotta be honest with you.
Honestly, I'm super excited to see what the Leafs' future holds. For some reason, they got this miracle draft pick, Rodion Amirov. Man, if you haven't heard of this kid, or if you didn't really know who he was, he's unreal. He's the real deal. 6'1" forward, looking like he'll be a power forward along with Matthews there. That could be a threat up there, so we could use that for sure.
So let us just fast forward through the rest of our team branding, and we will pick right back up just before the expansion draft. So sticking with the Halifax theme, we are going to be using the once known as the Halifax Metro Center. Back when the Mooseheads won the Memorial Cup with Nathan McKinnon and Jonathan Drouin, Scotiabank decided to start paying the bills around Halifax and renamed the stadium the Scotiabank Center.
Everyone knows that to have a solid team, you need someone to pump the crowd up. You need someone to really get the juices flowing, and that's the mascot. And here we have ours. This is number 48, Trailblazer.
Okay guys, so here is the final overview of your Halifax Highlanders heading into the 2020-21 season. We're not going to spend any time updating or customizing the AHL team. It's just a severe waste of time, and we're never going to see them anyway.
We have to choose a division here, so we decided that because of how Nova Scotia is positioned, we want to put them in the Atlantic Division, meaning we got to move Detroit out and put them over into the Central to make it all work out.
So we're actually not going to spend too much time going into depth about our settings. No owner mode, no fog of war, no player morale. If there's any other questions about it or explanation that you need, just leave a comment below if you have any suggestions, and we'll be more than happy to take a look at it. For the rules, we're going to quickly go through this to make the best experience possible with the most realistic experience as well. We're going to go full sim, injuries on. We're going to adjust the injury settings later on. Franchise mode, of course, we're going to want 25 years. Superstar, don't really think that plays anything into how we're going to be playing the game, but we'll put it up there just so people don't think that we're trying to do this the easy way. Trade difficulty, we're going to leave it on medium for now. If it gets too hard or if it's too easy, we'll make adjustments up until that point. Now, auto scouting, I've heard, is currently not working with NHL 21. So the scouting is something that we're going to revisit once we actually get the franchise underway. Sim engine scoring low. We basically just want to keep the scores realistic during the sim. You could put it up to medium, but when we found in previous simulations, medium tended to result in higher scores. Draft class quality, we want to make sure that there's, regular good prospects coming out of the junior leagues and over from Europe, but we don't want it to be that every draft is overloaded with high prospects. And then finally here, this is where we come into injuries. We're going to leave injuries on, but injuries tend to occur way too much. So we're going to bring this down considerably. We're going to just keep simming at the beginning of the franchise and see how the injuries work out. And from there, we will see if we need to increase or decrease the injury occurrence as needed. So taking a look at our coaching staff, for the most part, anytime you start up a new franchise, the game is going to give you a pretty solid coaching staff for the NHL at least. The only problem is trying to find a coach that matches the roster that you're going to build. So it's not necessarily going to happen that you're going to get a full complement of coaches that really work well with the team that you're trying to build. In terms of the team that we're trying to build, we'll get into a little bit more of that when we start the expansion draft, but the coaching is definitely going to be something that we're going to want to put some time into.
Yeah, we want to make sure that, look at these. We saw some E's in there. You see some D's. If you're going to have those guys in your team, you might as well fire them, hire some guys that you want that fit your play style, and you'll find a lot more coaches.
Okay, so before we start the expansion draft, we have to see how the draft lottery treated us. So let's see where we're picking in the entry draft.
There it is. We got number 1.
For the first time we've ever done this, we have first overall perfect way to start the YouTube series.
We never get number 1. Time to do the expansion draft. This is something that both of us have been really looking forward to. Dangle's going to tell you how we actually set up our team and everything based off this draft here.
So basically what we want is, because we're entering the NHL as a brand new team, you can obviously anticipate that we're probably not going to be anywhere near the top of the standings. Now, the good thing is that we did win the draft lottery, so that's going to bode well in our favor. We want to maximize the chemistry from top to bottom within our roster to make sure that we are growing our young players. The best way to do that is to, of course, you have to make sure that your coaches work well with the players that you have. You also have to make sure that you have the right line fits for each player and the right player type. So there's definitely a lot of moving parts when trying to maximize the chemistry on your team. So we're going to attempt to follow the power forward playmaker sniper template, which basically allows you and gives you the best opportunity to reach a +5 chemistry on each line. With that, we're hoping that, we can get our young guys going, get them growing, and build for the future, and every piece surrounding them is just a bit of a filler.
One thing that I like to look for, when we did an expansion draft in 21, we were looking for speed in players. I like to look for size as well. I think having a fast power forward or even a strong sniper, like a 6'2" sniper, is really good. I mean, over here you see that we just got Jake DeBrusk. That's just a no-brainer. He's a smaller guy, but it's Jake DeBrusk. Even as a Toronto fan, I can't hate the guy.
We're not going to actually go through each and every one of our picks. We're just going to allow this to sim through and let you guys take a look at the players that we picked. I mean, we are going to give you the full card, the full picture of the players that we've selected by the end of the draft. The other thing you might notice is that we do pick up a couple two-way defensemen, a couple two-way forwards. We'll leave that to you in suspense. We will show you guys what we're going to do with those players come the season and come the trade deadline and draft.
And if you guys see anything that you would have taken over us, just let us know, because honestly, the best part of this draft is everyone would have a different team. Some people might like the two-way forward market, so go that way, because there's a lot of two-way forwards in this game. Like every left winger, pretty much a two-way forward.
If you aren't looking to follow the same template that Dish and I are doing, you can actually get pretty decent chemistry with two-way forwards. If you have 3 two-way forwards on the right line, you can get a +3 chemistry. But Dish and I, we really feel like we need to maximize the chemistry to make sure that we're growing our young players properly. So that's the template that we're going to follow, and hopefully you guys enjoy the ride with us.
Also, guys, just so you know, this was pre-roster update, so that's what we're going with.
We're not really too focused on that. Again, it's more or less just focusing on what players we get, because ultimately that's what matters, and the way that we sim and the way that we play against the rest of the league. So we're going to do the best to make the best team possible and see how we fare against the EA Sports NHL simulation.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the team. Well, this is the initial roster. This isn't the full team yet, but this is what we've got from the expansion draft.
Mind you, there is likely going to be a lot of changes coming. We're going to do a lot of experimenting with the players we picked, so stay tuned. Episode 2 coming to you ASAP, and we will dive into our first season.
Guys, I hope you liked the video. Please like and subscribe to see how these Halifax Highlanders get to that 3-peat.
Dish and Dangle out.
See ya.